Alright, so my first impression of Da Nang, Vietnam, after I've been here for about 10 days now. So I will touch upon, I have to jump here, 5 things, alright? I will touch upon 5 things. And the first 4 are amazing, like they're things which I find to be amazing, and the last one, it's a thing that really disappointed me. Okay, so number 1 is food. Food, guys, here in Da Nang or in Vietnam, I don't know because I've never been other places in Vietnam. I am in Da Nang. Here in Da Nang, it's absolutely amazing. The food is so delicious, it's so good, and it's so healthy as well. It's insane, it's crazy. I truly love the food. I love the pho. Before I used to call it pho, but they said no. They actually didn't say anything. They just did not understand me. And I learned afterwards that it's called pho. Okay, so the pho and the sandwiches that they have, just amazing, just amazing. Food is great. Food is great. So I have nothing to say but great things about how tasty the food is and how healthy it is. Another thing in regards to food is the variety that you can find in supermarkets. So food, anything that you can consume is absolutely, it's amazing, top notch. 10 out of 10. Second is prices. Again, prices pretty unbeatable, and all of the cities that I've been to in these 3 countries in Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam, are touristy places. Okay, I've been to Pattaya in Thailand, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and of course I've been to other cities as well, but like the most time I spend in Pattaya, in Kuala Lumpur, and now I'm here in Vietnam, and the prices here are just amazing. I think, however, food is probably a little more expensive than in Pattaya, probably a little more expensive. But in Pattaya, I did not stay in an area that was extremely touristy. I did not stay in the center of Pattaya, even though, it was very close to everything. And just a motorbike, just like 10-15 minutes motorbike drive from everything, 5 minutes from the beach, motorbike drive. But here, I'm in a top location. But food seems to be a little more expensive in some places. However, there are sandwiches, like they're traditional. I don't even know if I should call traditional, but like typical Vietnamese sandwiches that cost 20,000 dong. Now you'll have to do the conversion for yourself to see how much 20,000 dong is. I'm not sure. I'm still adapting and still learning, the currency, and in my mind, like kind of to learn the equivalent and know the equivalent. But it's under $1. It's like probably 50 cents or something of that nature, right? Maybe even less. So prices very good. Also for the accommodation, I'll make a video about this, but I pay a little over $200, but it's premium location. It's a premium location. It looks very nice. The apartment is new. The landlord is absolutely amazing. Very understanding, very willing to help all the time. So that's why I say, like, just off of these two things, for me, affordability is important. If this city will become more expensive or much more expensive because there are YouTubers who say, oh, how cheap Vietnam is, or how cheap Da Nang is, and all that, and then suddenly prices increase for everything, well, I'm not gonna be here anymore. They're gonna lose a foreigner. Not that they might care, but probably there are other people who think the same as I do, right? So that's the thing. If prices stay the same, most probably I'm gonna come here again. I'm already considering extending my stay, even though I've been here only for 10 days. But most probably I'm gonna also come here again, and whenever I'll have the opportunity, and spend more of my own money here. But if the prices, increase, because there are a lot of YouTubers who say, oh, again, how cheap it is, everything is so cheap, and so on, and then people think, landlords and all that, they think, okay, well, if it's cheap, well, let's make it a little more expensive, because it seems like these foreigners don't care about that. Well, I'm one of the foreigners that do care about that, so I will not be coming anymore if that happens. But that's just something I want to point out, or something that I want to mention, not point out. So prices, amazing. What do we have? Third thing, transportation. I truly like this. And transportation here again is it's affordable. It's affordable, right? It's awesome. That is why I don't shy away from using Grab. I use Grab whenever I need it. I don't think twice. Okay? So that is why I'm also, yes, probably I will rent a bike at some point, just because I wanna try that. Look, guys, this is where I'm gonna sit and talk to you. Let's move it a little bit. Yep, let's sit here. All right, so yes, I'm probably going to, rent a bike at some point, just to try it out. But I don't need to do that, and I'm actually, probably I will do it, probably not, because using Grab and paying for Grab, for me it's fine. Prices are much more than decent. I appreciate that very much, and as long as they keep it like this, I'll keep using Grab, and they'll keep having me as a customer, But yeah, one of the biggest reasons why Grab is way less expensive than it is in Kuala Lumpur. Well, of course, it's a different country. It's not a capital city and all that, but they're also using bikes here. They're allowed to use bikes. As far as I know, in Kuala Lumpur, they're not allowed to use bikes because of the pollution. Okay, that's a okay thing. Can appreciate that, but at the same time, it's much more expensive. It comes with a cost. So yeah, using Grab here, transportation, very good, very, you have no problem. You don't have to worry about that. What's the other one? The beach, guys. I mean, that if you're a guy that comes from the mountains like me, and you haven't seen a lot of Not like you haven't seen. I shouldn't say that because I did see places with a lot of beautiful beaches and so on. But anyways, what I want to say is that this beach is absolutely amazing. And the thing that I truly appreciate about a beach is if it's clean. If it's clean, for me, guys, it's amazing. It has to be clean, you know. And this beach here, I walked along the beach. It's so clean, so well kept. I truly, truly love this. So clean. So clean. And oh, look, some guys are playing football. I might join them. So it's so clean. The beach and the water, it's so clean. Now, again, I appreciate all the places that I've been to. And I respect all the countries that I've been to. And most probably I want to go to all of these places once again. But the beach here, yeah, it's much better than the one in Pattaya, okay? In terms of what I just said. And on top of that, there's the waves. I truly like a beach that, or not a beach, a sea that has waves. There's, the waves are so nice. I'm like a child jumping into the waves and, feeling the dopamine flooding my brain. It's so nice. It's so nice. The waves, the beach is clean. The water is clean. Yeah, like you don't feel disgusted getting into the water or like trying to remove the plastic bags out of the way. So the beach is clean, the water is clean, and the waves are really nice. And another thing which I want to go a little bit back and add to the transportation is that they give you a helmet here. They don't in Thailand. They don't. And that's a thing that I appreciate as well, very much. It's for your safety. They give you a helmet. Like people from Grab. Oh, there's a little bit of a... There's some flies there, so I wanna get up. But they give you... I want to also go a little bit in the shadow. They give you a helmet. And I was not used to this from Thailand, to be honest. And when I got the Grab, the bike came. And the guy is handing me a helmet. And I was so impressed. I was like, oh, wow, you have a helmet. That's so nice. The guy was looking at me like, well, probably he also did not understand what I'm saying, but from the gestures I think he did. And he was looking at me like, what is happening with this man? Why is so amazed about the fact that I have a helmet? Everyone has a helmet here. So the bike drivers are going to give you a helmet. And I think they're also a little less reckless when driving, So if safety is important for you in terms of transportation, you can feel you're much safer here, in my opinion. Of course, anything, anywhere can happen, but you're much safer here taking a bike with Grab than you are in Thailand. Now, the last thing which I did not like, or I do not like, now you see the weather. The weather is beautiful today, but it wasn't like that for the past almost 10 days. I think for the past almost 10 days, I only got 2 days of nice weather, and it was the first day and second day when I arrived. But apart from that, it was raining, it was cold. It was cold, and I actually needed a jacket. It was that cold. I don't even have, much stuff with me. Everything is, this is my bag. That's where I put all of my stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't have a lot of things with me. So I only have 2 long sleeves, and I had to wear both, actually. It was pretty cold and raining. And guess what, guys? We are at the end of March, and every YouTuber was saying, oh, it's so good to come from middle of February, beginning of March, and out of 10 days, 8 days was raining. Now is the 3rd day that it's beautiful, so I hope it stays like that. But yeah, weather was a downside for me as of now. But anyways, guys, this is the end of the video. That's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna check out this guy's